Hey guys, and welcome to game number 24 of my 100-game Revenge of the Mack series against the AI-powered Scrabblebot BestBot. We had a tough loss on Monday. I thought it was going to be a blowout. Ended up coming back, almost even eking it out in the endgame, but still lost by a narrow margin, so still sitting in a winning position, 13-10 through the first 23 games. All good. Hopefully we get a win today. BestBot is going to be first. While BestBot's thinking, I'll just remind you all, as I announced on Monday, that today is going to be the last video, at least as far as the BestBot series goes, on my channel for a little bit. I'm taking next week completely off, as I'll be aiming to defend my title at the Scrabble Players Championship in Baltimore, Maryland, so definitely check that out. Once again, no YouTube videos on my channel next week, but I will be resuming the week after with some pre-scheduled videos, and then soon after that with some coverage of Nationals and the hopefully very many exciting things that happen during that tournament. And yeah, lots of Scrabble coming up in the next couple of weeks. Super exciting. Hope you guys are excited too, and we will see what BestBot does. It is stinking for a little while here, and it goes with ICF for 16. Okay. Clearly having some val issues. Not too unhappy to see that. I don't really have any great plays here. I'd love to get rid of an R, a Y, and a U. I could just play Ryu here, I guess, for 12. Might actually not be horrible. Does give back some counterplay, but a U isn't the most easy tile to play above or below. Anything through like an E? I could play Rudery. Maybe that's better. I don't love keeping AI. But it is 8 more points and a bit better defensively, so that might be better. Probably is slightly better. Anything through the C? Curdy? That doesn't feel like a great play. Don't have an E for Decury. Is Rudery really the best I can do here? I definitely got to get rid of the U, and I think I got to get rid of a U, a Y, and an R, unless I'm scoring like a lot of points, which I don't think I am. I mean, dry here just does not keep a good leave. Yeah, I think Rudery is slightly better than Ryu. It's close, but it is a bit better defensively, so I'm going to go ahead and play that. All right, that's a very good draw. Should be bingoing. Do I have anything from the A? Probably. Don't actually see anything off the top of my head. I don't... Actinial? That's not a word, right? Isn't it just actinol and actinian? I don't think actinial is a word. So, alright, well, it's not going to be relevant. I could play initials and twig through this I. It's not bad, 68. Certainly an option. No 7s with an S here, so not going to be playing with wigs. Initials is pretty good defensively. I don't mind that. I guess I could play here too, like intimal. That's a word. 71. That's also pretty good defensively. Takes out wigs. Yeah, this looks good. Doesn't take any hooks. There's also anility here, which might be even stronger. It's also 71. Floats ITY. Intimal floats AL. It's pretty close, honestly. I don't see a huge difference. Yeah, it really doesn't make a big difference. I'll go with Intimal. I think it's very slightly better. Yeah, this... or actually, no, because On takes a bunch of front hooks. I was a bit better to put there. Yeah, it doesn't take any front hooks. No, we're switching back to Anility, and that, I think, is going to be the final... Wait a minute. One other thing, because Rudery takes a front P. I have Pintail. Nah, it stops one before double. Okay. Enough back and forth, guys. Sorry about that. We are going with Anility. Final answer. And we draw Rugulas. Excellent. Rugolas. I don't know if it actually plays. Now it does. Okay. Exercise. Rugulas, I guess here. I don't love that. But it's still a bingo. It's better than playing it below the E for sure. Yeah, I don't think I have anything better than that, so I am going to go ahead and put that down. It takes a front A as well. Draw 3 T's, not the best, but we'll see what we can do with it. Maybe something like Ditzy or Diddy. Okay, there's that Prudery hook. Help for 49. Wow, nice play. Not up by much here. don't really have much. I could just drop off 2 T's for 22, although Toady through the A looks pretty good. Yeah, scoring well, blocking that S. ZTT is a little clunky, but I think that's better than... Is it better than Ditzy? It's debatable, actually. OTT versus ZTT. They both have their pros and cons relative to each other. But I think Toady's probably better just to take out the top right, which is fairly dangerous. Yeah, leaning towards Toady. I don't unfortunately have like Soyuz or anything there. Don't see any particularly strong Z plays. So I'm going to go ahead and play Toady and hope for some better plays with my Z on my next turn. Still a little low on vowels, although I have the H, which is very powerful. Nth is 44 points right here with Hex. That's a lot. And I mean, that's got to be the play, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to play like Ritz. It's not, the Z is not like the Q. It's not so urgent to get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, NTH is 44 points. Like, that has to be right. Cleans out my rack really nicely, too. And, all right, we're in pretty good shape here. Up nearly 60. Should have some options with arugulas. Nothing with a Z, but Tufas is good. 37, keeping ORZ. That's a very solid play. I don't love opening that T, but we'll see what it does. Anything here? Okay, plays Je. Fritz, more points. AOU is dreadful. Tartufo is a funny idea. Possibly setting up big Z plays here. That's too likely to get taken, though. That's not going to work. Yeah, definitely leaning towards Tufas here. Really would like to get rid of that U if I keep the Z, just because ZU is a pretty toxic combo. Not quite as bad as like WU, but it's pretty bad. Anything through this THE almost... I mean, I do have Father, but it's not a great play. Yeah, Tufas I think it's just got to be right. I'm going to go ahead and play that. I don't have anything there with the Z that ends in AS. And okay. Still haven't been able to get an E, which would be nice for my Z. Amazingly, I don't think I've had an E this game, which it's pretty rare that your opponent is... Wow, now I've been out-E'd 7-0, and I'm going to be winning after my play, which is actually pretty remarkable if you think about it. I've been scoring amazingly well for someone without drawing an E. I believe it has happened that somebody has won a game without drawing an E. Someone was telling me about it recently. I forget who it was. But if anybody knows who won a game without drawing an E, let me know in the comments section. Of course, I'm far from not drawing an E the whole game. There are still 5 left, but still, fun to think about. Okay, so Azo, Orzo, ads, not ads, keeping 2 O's. I think Orzo for 44. Is that better than? Yeah, I think probably better to take the extra points here, even though DT is not the best for synergy. Zudi is another option. Keeps DR, but it's not worth 7 points to keep DR over DT. Definitely not. Yeah, I think Orzo has got to be right here. I'm going to go ahead and play that. And we got an E. Okay, so I cannot try to beat BestBot without an E anymore. Not too thrilled about the B and the V, though. That's for sure. So probably just going to try to play Vibed. Use my E to block that and get rid of some of my clunky tiles. All right, it plays Mook. Creating an S hook. It very well could have an S. There are 2 left. If it does, that's a very good play. I can't really do anything about it. I mean, I guess I could play Baked, but I'm not going to keep VNT when I can keep ANT for the same score. It's not like I'm even up that much, so I can't just be afraid of bingos here. I have to still take care of my rack. Yeah, ANT is a very solid leave. I have a lot of time. Let me just think for like another second or two here. I guess more than a second or two, like 20 seconds. Make sure I'm not missing something. There is Deviant for 24. Vibed has to be better. Keeping ANT is going to definitely be better than keeping a B. That creates another S hook too, which I don't love. Bad seems bad. Keeping the V. Nothing to the left of the K. Yeah, alright. Vibed it is. That's like almost what I just had before. Okay. Play off VBD. Draw BFW. Oh, nice little fit there. Wow, AA in the quarter for 24. I didn't see that spot. Not like I really had anything I could have done there, but still. All right, time for a bit of a think here. I'm up 8, which is not much, but I am still up, and it's my turn. Something like few here jumps out. That doesn't take an S. Mooks is still annoying. Balk to partially block Mooks is another option. Is that worth it, though? It doesn't entirely block it. It could even give it back some big overlaps. Gives back a ton of counterplay. I'm not up much. I don't think so. 12 left. I think I need to still like prioritize making sure I win if it doesn't bingo. I mean, I don't know. Is something like this ever? No, I don't know. I think if it plays through this A and ties the game, like I'm not in that great a position. I don't think I can do that. Not quite. It's not a terrible or crazy idea, but I don't think it's quite warranted here. If I were up like 30 instead of 10, then I could see that. But I don't think I'm up quite enough to do that. I hate just leaving that Mooks hook completely open, though. Maybe balk. I don't think I want to leave the left open then. That could just create a mess where it creates another hook and I have to deal with multiple things. I think I just keep scoring. Yeah, I mean, if it bingos, I'm pretty dead, probably. It's going to get like 80. I'm going to be up only 30. I don't see myself making that up. I'll be up 37. Yeah, that's just not going to... I'm just pretty dead if it bingos. That's the problem. AA is kind of a fishy play, too. So it's definitely a bit of a risk. Yeah, Wafted does block the majority of bingos. Not all. It could still play like Dustier or something, but that's harder. Just worried then if it hits me with like Vape, I'm down 10, facing a 4 in the bag. Like, that's just a pretty bad position to be in. Like, I don't know. I don't think I like that. Yeah, I have no idea here what's best for sure. I mean, there's also blocks like this, but again, I'm just too vulnerable to being outran here. Yeah, I think I got to keep scoring. Play few. If it plays on the right here with like WE, I can hopefully come back with like BA or something and score. I'm not too worried about that. And then that gives me some more options to maybe block on my next turn. Yeah, I'm going to play this. This also does take out the E and the D. It like takes out some stuff. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. I was not expecting that. I mean, do I just play Botane and empty for 30? Is that insane? Like, where's it bingoing? Oh, I guess it can still hit through this O. Maybe I should... Hold on. How can I block... Yeah, I have to still be a little mindful of being outrun, too. Huh, this is a little tricky. I mean, I can't play Nab because of Nabs, obviously. I have to go through this E. And there is Bin for 21. But I think I might as well empty, though, because, like, I don't think I ever am going to out... If it hits the bingo through the O for 60, I guess I could outrun it. Maybe. It's possible. Plays, like, Romaines or something. I mean, that's still, like, 65... So that would put it up. I'd be down 30. I mean, if it has 3 tiles, yeah, I guess if it has like the V and no good play with it, I could outrun it. Possibly. It's still going to be tough. Yeah, I mean, if I play Botane, this should win if it doesn't bingo. Although, there are probably cases, honestly, if I draw like VUNII or something, that it might be able to like out into me and win. Maybe. I mean, I'm going up 45. That's a lot. I guess the question is because like the downside potentially to playing Bin, I doubt I get outran too often in the end game because of my timing being good with 3 in the bag. I feel pretty good I'm going to win end games where it doesn't bingo. The concern also is can it like open another line and fish, which is possible if it plays like I don't know what though. I mean like something with rather maybe could happen. Yeah, I mean I do that's the one issue with yeah, I guess well if it plays like to the DE, I can probably block both lines at once. The downside to not emptying the bag is the main downside is that it can fish again. But yeah, I'm also, I mean, Betaine could that give back overlaps actually here? Yeah, possibly, right? Like MAI, like maidens. I mean, domains would still fit with that rack, but that might not be the only one that goes there. Yeah, like Amidine and stuff. Yeah, I don't love this, guys. They're Amidins. No, I don't think Betaine is right. I think I played Bin. I think the possible fishes are less dangerous than the possible outbingos Betaine gives back. Not positive, but again, I think I have enough chance to possibly outrun if it bingos, especially if it ends up picking the V. All right, I got the V, which is not good. Da. Setting up plays here. Okay. So just nav? Yeah, like this is the kind of thing I was a little worried about with Bin, is that plays like this could happen. But I figured I should be able to deal with it. Does nav like get outrun or something? Is that the problem? Huh. Maybe how about just Vide? That's a better leave. Am I losing after this? Going up 30. It's close. Bot is going to have a good rack, but I feel like especially if I stop it from playing on the right, Vide doesn't take an S. I feel like I hold on, usually, in the endgame, narrowly. Yeah, Soga is no good. I don't think it's bingoing after this, unless I'm missing something crazy. Do I have a better play than Vide here? Not really. Yeah, Vide has to be better than Nav. Nav gives back easy plays to the triple. Yeah, I'm probably in trouble after Nav. Yeah, Vide is much better. I mean, I think I have to block this. I mean, there's like most draws give it a bingo. I mean, it's got Sistrum if I draw any Musters with an I, Suitors with an M. I don't actually think there's anything with an R. Mustier with an S. Misuser, Surmise with a T. Misters. Yeah, I mean, bingos with like 7 out of 8 draws. I have to block this. Absolutely have to block this. I think Vide's the play. Or maybe how about Invade? Is that the play? Maybe Invade. Giving back that I is scary as well as Invade. If I can go out next turn, I'm fine. So maybe let's think. Do I go out? The I could be a problem. I mean, if I draw the M, I think I'm good. Yeah, because I have mint, and I mean mint for a lot. The I we'll come back to the I. If I draw the E, I'm surely going out in 2 spots, right? I mean, I have this spot under RE. Yeah, so then I have like time. Okay, I mean, I'm not worried about if I go out, like I can outrun anything. So an R that R could be a problem though. I don't know if I'm going out with an R. Yeah, I could have issues with an R. Yeah, I think just Vide. I mean, I feel pretty decent about my endgame chances here. Again, like what? How's it going to score more than like 20? Je doesn't take an S. It can't drop an S here. And I mean, I'm going to have some plays. I mean, I have Nib here. That's a nice play for me. I feel like I'm winning most endgames. My instinct says to play Vide and trust the endgame instead of Invade, but I could be wrong. It's very hard to calculate everything. Like, you'd have to calculate all 8 endgames after each play. Like, Invade should win probably at least 5 out of 8. I think this wins more. I'm going to do this. We'll see what happens. I draw an S. That has to be good. I mean, that has to be a good draw. Like, I'm not seeing a 31-point net sequence for the bot here, but I'm sure it's going to take its time. Yeah, I won't make you guys all wait while it thinks. We'll come back and see what it does. I'm definitely going to want to Macondo that pre-endgame, though, and see if Vide was indeed right. Oh, shoot. It comes up with awaiters for 36. I did not see that coming. Okay. Welp. So it's going to have, like, Gum for 12. So maybe I should have played Invade to block that. Ooh, okay. This is going to get interesting now. So it's going out. It has here, too. I might be lost here? Is that possible? Huh. Nation's Annoyance Onanist. Shoot. Yeah, I don't think I can get enough. Dang it. I guess I should have played Invade. Wow. I definitely did not see this extension. That's wild. You just look for... I mean, this is not enough. 18? No, it's not even close to enough. I get 16. Yeah, no, that's going to lose. No, that's not going to do it. I mean, I need like 20 here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, maybe if I drew one of the letters in ITER, I would have won after Vide. Then maybe I didn't want the S. That's wild. Okay, well, yeah, I just don't see anything here that comes close to winning. Probably best to play Saint still and block that, or no, Nib is, well, let's see, Saint is 12, it gets 12 back, right, for Gum, or Dam and Mew. So it's -4, loses by 9. If I play Nib, yeah, loses by more. Okay. Is that better? I think that's 2 better. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Wow. Dang it. Lose by 8. I mean, I don't think I had anything better than Taz, right? There's no way. Yeah, no, this just loses because of UM over there. Oh, Inties is cool, but yeah, no wins here. Yeah, I gotta check Vide versus Invade. Maybe I do just play Invade. Yeah, maybe I was maybe just too afraid of situations where I don't have multiple outs. Yeah, I probably do just win more often after Invade. All right, guys, so I have the Macondo results up on my screen here, and the results are quite something. So my play of Vide, as I kind of suspected, was not optimal. It wins 5 out of 8 times, losing with an S or a U draw. So yeah, if I draw anything that prevents it from hitting awaiters, I do win, as well as the M, because that allows me to score enough to beat awaiters. There are a couple other cool plays we'll talk about in a second, but yeah, Invade would have been better and would have won me the game in this case, winning 7 out of 8, losing only if I draw the U. However, Nav, actually, my first instinct, shockingly wins 7 out of 5 times, losing only when I draw the T. So I can actually play Nav here and just allow it to play with Navs, and that is going to be enough for me to win, which is kind of surprising if you think about it. Yeah, this only ties if I draw the T. Anything else, I have enough to win, which is really a bit surprising if you think about it. So amazingly, even if I draw like the U and it's got EIMRSST and I have the very crummy looking IINTU, it cannot win. And I just plugged that one in specifically, and apparently I would be able to win by 2. But that is like super, super hard to calculate. Yeah, Nav, I pretty quickly dismissed. I assumed that good out in 2 for the bot would beat me pretty easily. I'm shocked to see that Nav is actually best here. Wow. That is so counterintuitive, just completely giving away that spot to plays like must and things like that. That is really, really weird because those plays score just about comparably to a waiters, but I guess Nav just scores a little bit more than Vide, right? Gets 4 more points, gets rid of another tile, and with a waiters, that means the bot only has 2 tiles left, and it's a little bit easier, especially if it has the M, for it to score on an outplay. So really counterintuitive. Invade does make a bit more sense. I realized pretty quickly that that would have been better than what I did. Like I said, this only uses if I draw the U. However, it does manage to hold on with any other draw, including the R, which I was afraid of before. I think the key with Invade, guys, is that I always save Nib here for at least 18, and that just barely is going to hold on against most plays through the eye. Since, again, if the bot plays through the eye, it's not going to score quite as much as a waiters would, and it's going to leave it for likely 1-point tiles, which it's just not going to be able to use for a big enough outplay. So, yeah, definitely a mistake here. Unfortunately, in this case, it was a game-losing mistake since I drew the S, which was a tile of death after Vide that would have won after either Invade or Nav. So, very unfortunate mistake on this turn playing Vide. Just another reminder, guys, of why pre-endgames are so complicated and so important, and why I always tell people that it's important to save as much time as you can for these positions. Because if I had had a little bit longer, maybe I would have been able to second guess myself and permute that. I don't think I would have had it in me to play Nav. That just felt so counterintuitive. But I think I maybe could have figured out that Invade was better. And at least if I had seen the possibility of a waiters, I probably would have reasoned that I had to play Invade and stop that. So an unfortunate miss there, but very educational position. Now let's look at the rest of the game from the start. By opening with Acia, keeping EG seems right. Rudery looks reasonable. Yeah, I guess there's also Dairy here. I didn't spot that. But keeping the U is kind of crummy. I think this is reasonable. Bot plays Wig. Okay. Anility looks good. Exercise only bingo for the bot. Rigola's only bingo for me. Bot plays Help, a lot of points. Oh, I didn't see Tithe or Zloty, actually. A couple of misses on this turn. Tithe is probably just too good on equity to pass up. Yeah, Zloty, DTT is pretty crummy. I don't actually mind Toady keeping the Z over Zloty here, especially because that blocks the S. But yeah, Tithe is a nice play. Probably ZOT is so much better than ZTT that this would be worth the extra volatility. So definitely a little bit of a mistake here. Bot plays Cheat. Nth was definitely right by a mile. Tuvas looks good. I guess I could have just played Azo here, but yeah, ORZ is much stronger. Tufus definitely looks right. Bot plays Greenlit. Orzo looks good. Bot didn't have an S with Mook. Interesting. Yeah, Vibed, I think, here has to be right. Bot still didn't have an S. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't going to play Fawn and open that. I saw that, or any of these plays. I think Few is fine. I thought about this play for a bit. Just didn't quite feel I was up enough to play Wafted at that point. Bot plays Ope. Such an aggressive play. I guess it figured that with this unseen tile pool, which is actually pretty crummy with the 3 I's and the 3 N's, I was pretty unlikely to have anything. And yeah, just, wow, felt like I guess it was in a more desperate position than it might seem at first. But yeah, very, very interesting play here by the bot. And yeah, this play I think I got right. I mean, I have to block that E. Definitely not going to play Ben. Yeah, I mean, Betaine, again, I just felt that I could outrun after Bin. Unfortunately, I didn't follow it up well. But, yeah. Would I have... Oh, look at this. Betaine would have yielded Smarted. No, it wouldn't have. Never mind. SA is not a word. So I guess I would have won after Betaine, but I can't necessarily know that. Although I would have had, like, NNIIUV. It's possible I could have gotten outrun, but probably not. I probably still win that, barely. Yeah, and then Da here. What a crazy play. Yeah, I mean, Amp scores pretty well, but doesn't really create a new threat. Da does create a lot of bingo threats, and yeah, I guess it figured this is often going to be pretty annoying to block. And it probably is also thinking about a waiters here. That's a genius move, Da. And it completely got me. Yeah, it is probably kind of going for a waiters. Yeah, that's a really, really nice play. Hitting a bunch of stuff like Mistier, Minters here. Yeah, it's such a great play, Don. Unfortunately, Vide was just not correct, and I got punished for it with the waiters. So, yeah, I got outplayed that game, guys. I got fooled. What can I say? That's unfortunate. I definitely should have had that one. That's probably one of my worst blown games yet this series. But it could have been worse. I just didn't see a waiters. Should have played Invade like I thought. But oh well, move on. Tough loss. But in any case, that is the last game I will be uploading, like I said, before Nationals. Hopefully this is not at all reflective of how I play at Nationals. I need to not be blowing games like that if I want to defend my title. But hopefully got it out of my system, and I will play better at Nationals. So I hope to be on stream a lot for you guys this coming weekend and into next week. Like I said, no YouTube videos on my channel next week, but definitely check out the National stream for a lot of great content on the NASPA YouTube channel. So thanks so much, guys, for your support. Wish me luck this coming week, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.